Hello everyone, this is going to be the second part of Indian English Literature, that is Unit 6 of UGC NET English Literature Paper 2. The first part I have discussed how English originated in India and who were the members. In this video we will practice MCQs from the same unit. So without delay, let's start the question. But before that, if you are new to the channel, I would request you to subscribe. Okay, so let's see the first question. The first question on your screen is: the introduction of English education in India under British rule was formalized through option A, Wood's Dispatch 1854, option B, Macaulay's Minute 1835, option C, Hunter Commission 1882, and option D, Charter Act 1813. What is going to be the correct answer? If you have seen the last video, if you have watched the last video, the part 1 that was based on the same unit, you will be able to get the correct answer. And if you have not watched, go to the description and click on the link to watch the video. Correct answer of this question is option B, Macaulay's Minute. Yes, Macaulay's Minute 1835 is the correct answer. You must remember that English education in India under British rule was formalized through Macaulay's Minute 1835. Okay, let's move to the next question. Now the question is assertion and reason. This type of question is very scary for the students because if the one answer you will guess the correct, the second would definitely get the wrong. So assertion is Macaulay advocated English education in India to create a class of Indians who were Indian in blood and color but English in taste. Create a class of Indians. Do understand the question. Reason we have, he believed in promoting vernacular languages through the British education system. What would be the correct answer? Just read the question very carefully and try to understand what the question is and what the question is asking to you. What is the meaning? What is the significance? Tell me fast. We have to finish questions. So the correct answer is, while I was reading the question, I got to know that answer C is the correct answer. Answer C, A is true but R is false, that Macaulay advocated English education in India to create a class of Indians who were Indian in blood and color but English in taste. And R is false. He believed in promoting vernacular languages through the British education system. Okay, so this is the correct answer. Next one, this is the matching. Match the following education acts. Education acts you have to match with their respective significance in English education in India. Option A, Wood Dispatch 1854, option B, Hunter Commission, option C, Macaulay Minute, and option D, Charter Act. Find out the correct answer. You have to match the Education Act in which year it has been implemented or passed and with their respective significance. What was the significance by implying these acts? Education Acts. These type of questions you have to do by eliminating or by guessing one or two options correct. If you will be able to correct one or two options, you will definitely guess the right answer. See the options. Option A you have. Okay, let me tell you the correct answer. The correct answer of this question is Wood Dispatch 1854. Option A is the correct answer of this question. A, that means you can match A, the first official document on English education, you can match A with 1. B, B second, you can match B with second. Hunter Commission. Hunter Commission, vocational and secondary education emphasized. I think the answer is in front of each other. Macaulay's Minute, C3, English to replace Persian in education, and Charter Act 1830, funds allotted for educational purpose. So this is the correct answer. Now let's move on to the next question. Which of the following statement is not true about Raja Ram Mohan Roy's contribution to English education in India? Not true about Raja Ram Mohan Roy contribution to English education in India. This type of question you will face in net. So do not skip, do not miss, and also do like, share and subscribe among the students who want to prepare their dream, who wants to prepare for their dream. So option A we have, he advocated the introduction of Western learning. Option B, he supported Sanskrit based education system. Option C, he petitioned for English education. Option D, he welcomed the scientific approach of the test. Not true about Raja Ram Mohan Roy's contribution. Any guesses? And if you are watching the video now, do comment also so that I can find which video you are liking the most, which type of topic. Also let me know by commenting that which topic I should make a video on. That will be helpful for me and helpful for you as well, most helpful for you. So do let me know by comment. So correct answer of this question is going to be the option number B. He supported Sanskrit based education system. That is wrong. He did not supported only Sanskrit based education system but as a whole. Okay, so this is the correct answer. Next question we have assertion and reason. Do as much practice as you can. Do more practice of assertion and reason questions. Wherever you get the questions, just do practice and try to find the correct answer. Guess the correct one, understand the meaning. You know assertion and reason, what you have to actually guess in which way. You just have to read the assertion and reason and try to relate if the statement is related to each other or not. This is what in the options are given, that this statement is a true or false, and this is the correct explanation of that option. So this is how you can prepare. Okay, so let me read the question. Assertion is post independence language policies in India promoted a 3-language formula in education. Reason we have, it was designed to strengthen Hindi as the sole national language. Options we have, both A and R are true and R is the correct explanation. Option B, both A and R are true but R is not the correct explanation. Option C, A is true but R is false. Option D, A is false but R is true. Post independence language policies in India promoted a 3-language formula in education, and reason is saying you that it was designed to strengthen Hindi as the sole national language. This is not going to be possible now, that if the English is getting so much popularity, how you can design Hindi as a sole language and you are going to strengthen? No, that's not possible. So option number C, that means A is true and R, the reason is false. Okay. Next question we have, the term Indian English refers to. The term Indian English refers to, what does it mean? Option A, any regional language spoken in India. Option B, a pidgin form of English in India. Option C, English language as used in Indian social and linguistic context. Option D, we have Old English taught in India. The term Indian English, like with British English, American English, Australian English, every country's English has some type of different, but Indian English, that is brought by the Britishers, what we can do? So any regional language spoken in India? False. Option B, pidgin form of English? No. Option C, English language as used in Indian social and linguistic context? Yes. And option D, Old English taught in India? No. So option number C is going to be the correct one. So it doesn't mean that Indian English is started by the Indian peoples and we started learning, educating very easily. No, there was some difficulty faced by the Indians, writers, Britishers wanted to educate English to only those elite class Indians whom they can use for their own purpose. This is what they thought, right? So this is what I am trying to tell you, so that you can able to understand how you can answer. Next question, this is matching again. Option, let me show. So match the following scholars. Now you have to match the scholars with their contribution to the development of English studies in India. Option A, figures, and option B, contributions. So A is Raja Ram Mohan Roy, B, Thomas Babington Macaulay, option C, Charles Wood, that is Wood Dispatch, and option D, Gandhi, Mahatma Gandhi ji. We should take his name with respect. I personally follow Gandhi ji. What would be the correct answer? Raja Ram Mohan Roy. The options you have, you can see what would be the correct matching. Did you get any correct answer? It is mentioned, I think there is some error in my matching questions. The question and answer are in front of each other, right? See A1. If this is the correct option, option A, that means again A, Raja Ram Mohan Roy, petition for English education. Thomas Babington Macaulay, minute on Indian education. Macaulay, that means 1835, Macaulay's minute. Okay. And Charles Wood Dispatch, you can match like this, 1854. And Gandhi ji, who advocated vernacular languages over English. So this is what you can get this is how you can get the correct answer. I wish UGC NET have set the exam options of matching and accession and reason like this, so how easier it would be for the student to get the answer now. Okay, let's start the next question. Sorry for the joke. Discussion with the students, between teacher and students, is the best way to understand and make the student explain anything easily. So next question we have, which of the following is a key argument of Gauri Vishwanathan's work Masks of Conquest regarding English education in colonial India? Option A, we have English was introduced purely to modernize Indians. Option B, English literature was used to support the independence movement. Option C, English literary education was a tool of ideological control. And option D, English was taught to preserve Indian cultural identity. You have to tell that Gauri Vishwanathan's work Masks of Conquest regarding English education in colonial India, what in this work, what Gauri Vishwanathan has argued for. Okay, let's see the correct answer. So the correct answer of this question is option C. Option C, English literary education was a tool of ideological control. This was the argument that Gauri Vishwanathan has done in her work Masks of Conquest regarding. Okay, let's see the next question. Next question we have the 3-language formula. Now we are going to see the question. This is very important. Actually, every question from this unit and the question I have put in this video are very important. I know you are many of you are watching because I have a less subscriber, but still I am hoping that you are not just watching but revising. I am not saying you to watch the video again and again repeatedly, but I am hoping, I am suggesting you that please revise, because not just watching and reading and studying throughout the day would be helpful, but whatever the amount of study and watching video you have done, you must revise. Getting new topics, getting new ideas, new concepts won't help you to crack the exam, but revising the previous work that you have done, that revising the previous preparation that you have done so far will be most helpful. So please do that. Okay, so let me read the question. The 3-language formula recommended by Indian education policy includes three language formula. Do understand what the question is saying. The three language formula recommended by Indian education policy includes, what was the concept, what was the language, three language included in this three language formula that was recommended by Indian education policy. Option A, English, Sanskrit and Latin. Option B, Hindi, English, regional language. Option C, Hindi, Sanskrit, Urdu. And option D, English, Urdu and French. Just try to think logically what would be the correct answer. I want to see. See, I am a teacher who, while teaching my student, keep suggesting, keep advising that how my students can improve and improve by doing and excluding the small mistakes, by avoiding the small mistakes. So that is why I'm suggesting you in between the video. I hope you don't mind. So English, Sanskrit, Latin, won't suggest. Do you think that Indian education policy will suggest Latin language? No. Option B, Hindi, English and regional language. Do you think? Yes. Hindi, Sanskrit and Urdu? No. English, Urdu and French? No. So obviously option number B is going to correct answer, that Hindi, English and regional language. You know how many states we have, and in that states how many different type of languages the people speak. So this is going to be the correct answer. Okay, now let's move on to the next question. Now this question is also very important, everybody. Let me mark this. Okay, which university was the first to introduce English as a medium of instruction in India? Very important. Which university you have to find out that introduced English as a medium of instruction in India? Option A, Calcutta University, now Kolkata. Option B, Bombay University, now Mumbai. Option C, Madras University, now Chennai. And option D, Aligarh Muslim University, now same AMU. AMU. What would be the correct answer? Which university introduced English as a medium of instruction? Okay, the answer is very easy. The university that introduced the English as a medium of instruction was Calcutta University. Okay, now let's move on to the next question. In between, if you are watching the video, if you are liking the video, do subscribe and share also among your friends so that they can get help. Next, again we have the question of accession and reason. The British used English education as a means to create administrative manpower in India. And options, reason we have, English education made Indians aware of their cultural superiority over the British. What would be the correct answer? Tomorrow is my exam, but still I'm recording this video for you so that you won't miss any day. Guess the correct answer, everybody. Read the questions very carefully. The British used English education as a means to create administrative manpower in India. What do you think? And question, reason we have, English education made Indians aware of their cultural superiority over the British. Do you think that English education, every Indians get the awareness about what the culture superiority for them over the British? Let's see the correct answer. The correct answer of this question is option C. A is true but R is false. R is false. That means the British used English education as a means to create administrative manpower in India. Yes, because eventually they wanted those Indians for their own purpose, for their own benefits, by putting them in their administrative department, that those Indians who have learnt English, they will help them in their official work. That is why they taught. Okay, do remember. And the second one, did Indians really realize their cultural superiority? No, this is not going to be the correct. We were under the British rule, so how we are going to do that? Okay, now let's move on to the next question, everybody. I'm discussing the concept also, so that you can get familiar about the topic and concepts. Again, the matching question. Read the question. In this question, you have to match the personalities with their views on English educator. Okay, personalities, that means the people, and what were their views on English education. Option A, Mahatma Gandhi. B, Jawaharlal Nehru. C, Rabindranath Tagore. And D, T.B. Macaulay. These are the personalities, and their views is mentioned here. First, favored mother tongue based education, saw English as a window to the world. C, criticized rote learning and promoted freedom, advocated English education to civilize. Advocated in the last matching, if you have seen, you will definitely get the correct answer. I think there is something wrong. No, it's fine. Okay, what would be the correct answer? Shall we see the answer? Let me see. I hope this should be different. No, again it's in front. I think I should have been very careful. Okay, no problem. At least you will get to know now. Sorry. So here you can see A1, that is favored mother tongue based education. Jawaharlal Nehru saw English as a window to the world. That this is actually very good, very positive. That means Jawaharlal Nehru saw Indians getting enter to the new world. That means they are what do you say, we are not just limited to the one particular place, but by educating Indians the English language, they are able to step out of their comfort zone, step out of those rules, those pressures, those what do you, slavery. Rabindranath Tagore criticized rote learning and promoted freedom. It's also very good. And Macaulay advocated English education in civilize. This is the correct answer. Okay, now let's move on to the next question. Everybody. Okay, now you have to arrange the following educational developments in India in correct order. That means this is the chronology. Okay, chronology. I'm writing with my hand. Educational developments that happen in India in a correct chronology, we have to set. Option 1, Macaulay's Minute. Second, establishment of universities in Bombay, Calcutta and Madras. Option 3, we have Charter Act. Option 4, Hunter Commission. Match. You have to chronologically you have to arrange these answers, that which educational development occurred first. Okay, let's see the correct answer. The correct answer is option A. Option A. That means the third, Charter Act. That was in which year? 1813, no? Okay. Next we have first, Macaulay's Minute. That was in 1835, right? And the next was we have second, establishment of universities in Bombay, Calcutta and Madras. I'm forgetting the name year of this. I think it was in 1917 something, because there's a 1917. If you know the year, you can let me know. And last we have Hunter Commission. So this is the correct order. Okay, this is how you can, by mentioning the year, you can get the correct answer. Now let's move on to the next question. Next question we have, who argued that English literature was used to mask the political conquest of India under the guise of cultural upliftment? What could be the correct answer? Who argued the English literature was used to mask the political conquest India under the guise of cultural imperialism? Option A, Edward Said. Option B, Izaz Ahmad. Option C, Gauri Vishwanathan. And option D, Gayatri Spivak. Any guesses? So the correct answer of this question is option C. Option C, Gauri Vishwanathan. Okay, now let's move on to the next question. We have, which act permitted the use of public funds for promoting education in India for the first time? Okay, for the first time, which act permitted? The acts that was permitted, that was happened, that was the act that took place in India during the colonial period, colonial rules during the British. Which act promoted public funds? Remember, public funds for promoting education in India for the first time. Option A, Wood Dispatch. Option B, Macaulay's Minute. Option D, C, Charter Act of 1813. And option D, Indian Education Act. Correct answer. So the act that permitted the use of public fund for promoting education in India was option C, Charter Act 1813. Okay, this act, Charter Act of 1813, permitted the use of public funds for promoting, they wanted to promote the education in India. I think Britishers have done one thing good, that they started educating Indians. Let's see the next question, everybody. As next question we have now, Indian English is now recognized as a legitimate variety of world Englishes, and reason we have, it has developed its own phonological, syntactic and lexical characteristics. Do you agree? Read the questions very carefully. Indian English is now recognized as a legitimate variety of world, and reason is same. According to the assertion and reason, guess the correct answer. Option A, B, C, D. What would be the true and what would be the correct explanation? So correct answer of this question is option A. Both A and R are true. Indian English is now recognized as a legitimate variety of world, and reason, it has helped its own phonological, syntactic and lexical characteristics. So this is the correct answer. Let's move to the next question. Which of the following statements about the evolution of English in India is incorrect? Incorrect statement you have to find about the evolution of English in India. Option A, we have, English was once seen as a tool for cultural imperialism. Option B, English in India is today used for elite mobility and academic access. Option C, post-independence India banned English in official communication. And option D, Indian English literature has received global recognition. Following statements about the evolution of English in India is incorrect. Incorrect. The correct answer of this question is in a negative way. You have to answer that is not correct. So option C, that means post-independence India banned English in official communication. No. This is the correct answer. Now let's move on to the next question. There is option also. Okay, this is the chronology. The question we have, arrange the following events in the chronological order of their publication or occurrence related to English education in India. Option 1, we have Wood's Dispatch. Option 2, Macaulay's Minute, Hunter Commission and Charter Act of 1813. You have to arrange them in a chronological event or document. We have seen such questions. So the correct answer of this question is option A, that means 4th 1813. After that the 2nd Macaulay's Minute. After that one Wood Dispatch and Hunter Commission last. So this is the correct answer. Let's move on to the next question. Next question we have, arrange the following in correct chronological order based on establishment of institutions teaching English in India. This question is going to be helpful for your paper 1 also, because few questions will definitely you will see in paper 1. The following in chronological order: Hindu College, Calcutta; Presidency College, Chennai; Bombay University in Bombay; Aligarh Muslim University, it's Lucknow, I think, no? Uttar Pradesh. Chronologically, you have to guess the correct answer. So the correct answer of this question is option A, that is first Calcutta University, second we have Chennai Madras University, third Bombay University, and fourth AMU. Okay, this is the correct answer. Let's move on to the next question. I will share the PDF on Telegram channels. Also, please subscribe and share among your friends who want to prepare for their dream. Next question we have, which of the following educationists believe that English should not replace indigenous language and warn against its dominance? Option A, Charles Grant, option B, Gauri Vishwanathan, option C, Rabindranath Tagore, and option D, Thomas Babington Macaulay. In short, T.B. Macaulay. Okay. What would be the correct answer? Who was the educationist that believed that English should not replace indigenous language? Do you know what indigenous language now? Correct answer of this question is obviously the Indian. Option C, Rabindranath Tagore was against about this, that Indian indigenous language should not be replaced by the emergence of English. Next question we have, which institution played a significant role in shaping English literary studies in India post-independence? Which institution played a significant role in shaping English literary studies? Option A, Sahitya Academy, option B, UGC, option C, British Council, and option D, Central Institute of English and Foreign Language, that is CIEFL in short. Correct answer. Which institute that played a significant role in shaping English literary studies in India after post independence? Correct answer of this question is option D, Central Institute of English and Foreign Language. Let's move on to the next question. Again, chronology. Read the question. What do you have to match? Arrange these figures in the chronological order of their contribution to English in India. Let's see the option. Option Raja Ram Mohan Roy, Thomas Macaulay, and Rabindranath Tagore, M.K. Gandhi. Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, our beloved Gandhi ji. You have to guess the correct chronological order according to their contribution. So the correct answer of this question is option A, Raja Ram Mohan Roy would be first, then second Macaulay, then third Tagore, and fourth Gandhiji. Let's move on to the next. This question is important. Every question in this PDF is important, so do not miss any single. This question, which of the following term is most associated with the hybrid and plural nature of Indian English? Hybrid and plural nature of Indian English. Option A, linguistic imperialism, option B, diglossia, option C, nativization, and option D, Sanskritization. Hybrid and plural nature. Correct answer of this question is, it's easy, option C, nativization is the correct answer. Let's move on to the next question. Correct. Next question we have, which educational reform introduced for the first time a structured curriculum with English as a subject in India? The questions are different and important. Option A, Macaulay's Minute, option B, Charter Act of 1813, option C, Hunter Commission, and option D, Wood's Dispatch. Which educational reform introduced for the first time a structured curriculum English as a subject in India? As a subject. Which reform? Correct answer of this question is going to be the option D, Wood Dispatch. Wood Dispatch, that is 1854. Next question. Now again, question number 25. Arrange the following in the order of their influence on English education policy in India. This is the type of question you will face in your exam. You will see the option same, person same, act same, but the question is different. And it will ultimately trick you to guess the correct one. Arrange the following in the order of their influence. You have to guess the on English education policy in India. Option 1 we have Macaulay's Minute, Gokhale's Bill on Compulsory Education, Wood's Dispatch, and Charter Act of 1813. Correct answer. Following in order of their influence on English education policy. Correct answer of this question is option B, that is 4th Charter Act, 3rd Wood Dispatch, 1st Macaulay Minute, and after that the 2nd Gokhale's Bill. This is the correct option and order of this question. Let's move on to the next question. This is repeat. This is repeat, so we are going to skip. Actually, this is not repeat, but the question is, let me read. Which of the following terms best describes the adaptation of the English language to reflect Indian culture, idioms, and speech patterns? See how the question is twisted now. The options are same, so I thought that the question would be same also, but the question is totally different. Now you have to tell that which of the following terms, that is option A vernacularization, option B hybridization, option C Indianization, and option D nativization. You have to describe that what term best describes the adaptation of English language to reflect Indian culture, idioms, and speech patterns. Very important. Correct answer you can see, you have seen already. Nativization is the correct answer. I thought that it is the same, that's why I. Okay, let's move on to the next question. We have, who was the Governor General responsible for the introduction of English education as a state policy through the 1835 Minute? Option A Lord Curzon, option B Lord Ripon, option C Lord William Bentinck, and option D Lord Cornwallis. Governor General responsible for the introduction of English education as a state policy through the 1835 Macaulay's Minute. You have seen the form act now. You have to also prepare that the form was related by which general governor, the name, and then relate with the act. That means obviously the act was obviously mentioned by someone, so you have to prepare accordingly. Correct answer of this question is 1835 Minutes Macaulay. The correct answer option C Lord William Bentinck. Okay, this is the correct answer. Always ask. This is Net's favorite. This is how you must remember. Next question we have matching. So match the education policy documents with their respective years. Option A Charter Act, Macaulay's Minute, Wood Dispatch, and Hunter Commission. Correct answer please. Also in between, please like, share, and subscribe my channel everybody. And tell me also that which topic you want to prepare the most for your exam, so I will bring the video and prepare notes for you. So the correct answer of this question is going to be the option A Charter Act 3, of B Macaulay's Minute 1835, Wood Dispatch 2nd 54, and Hunter Commission is 1882. Remember the year, very important, remember the year. And also in the last question the name was given, mention, remember, do memorize the year, the act, and the name. Very important. This is how you can memorize. You can take a screenshot. Let's move on to the next question. The year. So the next question we have, Which of the following statement about English in post-independence India is most accurate? Option A we have, it was entirely replaced by Hindi in higher education. Option B, it retained its status as an associate official language. Option C, it was restricted only to private education. And option D, it was no longer used in central administration. You have to find the correct. Accurate, that means the correct. After in post independence India, which statements best describes English? State. English state, you have to guess. Correct answer of this question is option B, it retained its status as an associate official language. That means first it was entirely replaced by Hindi. No. C, it was restricted only to private education. No. Option D, it was no longer used in central administration. All the three statements, option A, C, D, are false. Option B, it retained its status as an associate official language, is true. That is most appropriate and accurate. Move on to the next question. Assertion and reason. Again we have English continues to be the preferred medium of instruction in higher education in India, and reason we have, English is associated with social mobility and global opportunities. What would be the correct answer? Read the question once again. English continues to be the preferred medium of instruction in higher education in India, and reason is saying that English is associated with social mobility and global opportunities. Correct answer of this question is that English continues to be the preferred medium of instruction in higher education. Okay, and reason is saying that English is associated with social mobility and global opportunities. Absolutely correct. So option A, both A and R are true, and R is the correct explanation of A. Understand now? Let's move on to the next question. If the video will be long, do watch. Do not skip any single question. Okay, I'm a very strict teacher. Which of the following statements best reflects the post-colonial evolution of English in India? Option A, English remained confined to the elite academic circles with the little influence on popular culture. Option B, English was rejected entirely post-independence in favor of promoting indigenous language. Option C is saying English evolved into a functional and symbolic language serving both global communication and local identity. And option D is saying English lost relevance after the implementation of the three-language formula in Indian education. Question is saying that which of the following statement best reflects the post-colonial evolution English. Post means after. When Britishers has left the India independence, what was the condition, what was the reflection of English in India? This is what you have to tell. How English reflected. That it was replaced by our own indigenous language, that is in Hindi, Sanskrit, that prevailing at that time, and academic circles with little influence and popular. That means English loses its popularity. No. What would be the correct answer? Correct answer of this question is that in a positive way we have to answer now. Okay, so English evolved into a functional and symbolic language serving both global communication and local identity. So this is the correct answer. You know, India after getting the independence, after Britishers left, English was getting more and more popular. Okay now? Okay, let me see if there is any more questions. Oh, I have prepared a homework question for you also. You can't escape. I told you I'm a very strict teacher. So the question we have, this is for you. What was the significance of Macaulay's Minute of 1835 in the context of English education in India? I have not prepared the MCQs type, but in one line here you can tell me the answer. This is the homework question. When I will post the unit 7, because this is the last day of Indian English, so when I bring the unit 7, you will all have to answer. You have to tell the significance of Macaulay's Minute of 1835 in the context of English education in India. Okay. So this is all for today. I hope you have liked the session, and if you have any confusion, doubt, do let me know. Feel free to ask the question, everybody. I like those students who has a curiosity to know everything. If you have any confusion, if I don't know, I will find out for you, but definitely will help you, definitely will tell you. So become the students like that. Always discuss the topic, concepts, theory, whatever you have in your mind with your teacher. That would be very helpful, and this way actually remains this way you can remember everything till very end. So this is all for today. I hope you have all liked the session, and also I have a request to like, share and subscribe. Please subscribe and join the Telegram channel, because that is the only medium I will share the PDF and note. Otherwise I did not have created that. I have created the channel just to share the PDF and note, because if you are watching, I will definitely expect that share the PDF and notes now, because not just listening but reading is also helpful. If you have watched the video, you would like to read in your own words, right? So for that you must join the Telegram channel. And also the most important thing, do subscribe and press the bell icon as shown in the picture. The finger is pressing the bell icon to get the latest informations about the post and information. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for your support. Take care of yourself, take rest, revive and revise, and bye bye. Thank you.